let us get started. Now, today we will be focusing on revision. I think your WAs are coming up soon. Either way, we will still be revising because I believe end of year you will also have an assessment. Okay, so we will be revising P3 or P4 topics. I think for human system, it's mostly P4, but we also learn a little bit on digestive system. I think some of you actually did digestive system in primary 3. Yeah. Okay, simple rules. I think there are 2 new students. Okay, I'm just gonna go through quickly because I think crypto hack, is it Catherine? Okay, we'll see later. Okay, if we have extra time, we'll play crypto hack. Yeah. Yeah, because we have 2 new students. So generally the main rule is you have to turn on your video. So for Safia and Gerald, can you please turn on your video? Hi, Jingyang. I see you waving at me. Safia and Gerald, please turn on your video, okay? The next thing to do is to mute your microphone because if you turn it on, there'll be a lot of background sound and it can be very disruptive to the class. Okay, if you want to ask questions, you can raise your hands. If not, then you can just also type in the chat. I will always be checking the chats, once in a while. Okay? Ultimately is to be mindful. Now, if you need to go toilet, just go ahead. Okay, I can understand if you need to. I think it's a basic human need. And maybe just out of courtesy, just type in the chat, like, that just to inform that you're going to the toilet. Okay. Now, before we start, let us just watch a video on human systems. I think it's something that we can recap, use this as a recap. I know you've learned this topic already. Okay, but let's just watch this as a recap. Okay. Now, that was really an interesting video, right? I think there are some parts that maybe it's not in your syllabus, but I think there's still good information to know, right? Like, for example, endocrine system is not in your syllabus until you are in secondary school. When you're learning more about biology, then you might know about that. Okay, but generally, I think it's just to pique your interest. And okay, let me move on. Okay, now the things that I'm covering now are actually the systems that you have to know. These are actually in your syllabus. The first one is your digestive system. Okay, digestive system actually breaks down food into simpler substances to be absorbed into the body. Okay, so this is the function of the digestive system. Of course, later on when you learn the digestive system in detail, then you will know that, digestive system comprises of like different organs like stomach, small intestine, large intestine, mouth, and gullet. Right? But if you were to be asked what is the function of the digestive system, you need to make sure that you have these keywords. Okay? The keywords are breaks down into simpler substances. Okay, so that it can be absorbed into the body. Okay, the next system, I think skeletal system, depending on which skeleton, generally, it's mainly to support the body and give it shape. But for certain parts of the skeletal system, it also helps to protect important organs. Like, for example, the skull. The skull actually protects the brain, right? The ribs actually protects the lungs and the heart. Okay, so it also helps to protect important organs. Okay, now next one, muscular system. Work together with the skeletal system to enable movement. Okay, so muscles, some of them are attached to your bones. So when they contract and they actually contract and not really expand, but it's more like stretch. Okay, it will help to pull on the bones together with it, and that's how it enables movement. So generally, works together with skeletal system to enable movement. So that's the function of the muscular system. Okay, now next one, the circulatory system. Circulatory system basically helps to transport digested food, water, oxygen, and waste materials to various parts of the body, right? So that's circulatory system. Basically, circulatory system, the keyword is transports. Okay, so what does it transport? It actually transports digested food, water, and oxygen to the body, and it also helps to transport waste materials away from the body. Okay, and lastly, respiratory system. Respiratory system actually helps to perform gaseous exchange, takes in oxygen, gives out carbon dioxide. Okay, now first question. The graph below shows the increase in the length of a bone in a human leg over a few years. Based on the graph, which of the following is a possible conclusion? Okay, wait, hold on a second. I think Yan Kai is here. Let me admit him first. Okay. Any volunteers for this question? What can you conclude? Grace, yes.
B.
B. Okay, let's see. B for boy, huh?
D.
Oh, D, sorry. D for dog. Okay. Most human will stop increasing in height after a certain age. That is very correct. Okay, because as you can see from the graph, I don't have a ruler here, but it's okay. As you can see from the graph, at a particular age, right? At this age, it will actually not increase in the length of the bone. It will be quite scary if we keep growing, right? All the way until we're 90 years old, non-stop. Okay, so generally we will stop growing. Basically, our bones will grow, but at a certain age, our bones, it's not that it doesn't grow, it will actually remodel itself. Okay, but we always have to contribute like minerals to be deposited in our bones so that we can have stronger bones. That's why it's important to drink milk with calcium and all, right? So the calcium is actually a mineral that helps to build stronger bones. Okay, question 2. The diagram shows one of our body systems. Which of the following is true? So when it's true, highlight the word. Okay. Highlight and put a tick. Okay, which one is true? Catherine?
D.
C for cat, is it?
D. D for dog.
D for dog. Thank you so much, Catherine. Okay, let's see if Catherine's answer is correct. It carries oxygen to all parts of our body. This is true. It carries the food we eat into the small intestine. No. Okay. Now, which one is true? It does not carry the food we eat into the small intestine. In fact, it carries the digested food from the small intestine to all parts of the body. So this is incorrect. Okay, it carries waste material from, right? Away from. This is correct. Okay, so instead of D, actually the answer should be C. Can? Okay, why is this statement wrong? Because it does not carry food into the small intestine, where instead it carries, I'm just going to write the correct statement here, yeah? It carries digested food from the small intestine to all parts of our body. Okay, now next one. Study the diagram below. What can X and system Z be respectively? What can X and system Z be respectively? Okay, let's have a look at the chat. Jing Yang says C. Okay, let's see. Yeah, is the answer C? He says that this is food. Okay. And this is the digestive system. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so remember just now that question on small intestine? Basically, yeah, Raja also says C. Very good. Okay, basically the digested food, right? The food enters your digestive system, and when it leaves the digestive system, it actually leaves as digested food as it goes into the bloodstream, right? Because the blood inside the human circulatory system and then it gets transported. So yes, C is possible. Now let us see if others are possible. Okay, if this is air and this is digestive system, this one is wrong because this one cannot be digestive system, right? Oxygen in the respiratory system, actually B is possible because it says oxygen inside the respiratory system, right? It takes in oxygen, right? And it gets transported in the blood of the circulatory system. So actually B is possible. D is not possible because we don't take water through our respiratory system. If we take water through our respiratory system, we're going to be in big trouble because we might have pneumonia. Okay, and it might just be serious and deadly. Yeah, so the answer then for this question will be D, because it can be both B and C. Do you understand? Yeah? Any questions? No? Okay, we're going to move on to question 4. A pupil describes 4 tubes in our organ systems. Which part of the tubes cannot be observed inside part X? Anyone? Catherine says C, is it? Okay. Anyone else have another answer? Okay, Tavanesh also says C. Okay, let's see. A long passage where food is completely digested. Where is food completely digested? Okay, this one will tell us that it is the small intestine, because the small intestine is where food is completely digested. Okay, next one. A passage through which food passes into the stomach. Food passes into the stomach. The passage that goes before that, that will be your gullet, right? Before the stomach will be gullet, right? Okay, a tube that carries blood, this one will definitely be your blood vessels. A tube that branches and allows air to pass through, that will be your windpipe. Okay, so what can be found here at his neck area? Of course, it's not on his neck, but inside. So actually, you cannot find the small intestine here, but you can find the gullet. You can find blood vessels, definitely, because blood vessels have to go to the brain and all also. Of course, you can also find the windpipe, right? Okay, so the answer for this would be A instead. Okay. Oh no, wait, sorry, my goodness. Yeah, answer is D, sorry, because there is a very important word that I missed out just now. Cannot be observed. Okay, because cannot be observed means that we are looking for crosses. Straight away, you put a cross at the top. Yeah, so answer is D. Good. Okay, question 5. Then group the various human body systems. What are systems C and D? Anyone? Okay, we go system C first. What's system C? You can speak, Yes, Jingyang, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Respiratory.
System C comprises of the windpipe and the lungs.
Respiratory. Respiratory system.
Jingyang, okay, I see Catherine says respiratory. Very good. Okay, the lungs and the windpipe belongs to the respiratory system. Okay, what about D? What is system D? Stomach and small intestine.